everyone, and welcome back to our career mode on F1 2018. And yeah, last time out things went a lot better than expected for us. We finished in 7th place in the Bahrain Grand Prix despite qualifying last, and yeah, that's got us a nice 6 points, got us up to 10th place in the championship. And yeah, we're now heading head to China then. Sorry, there's been a bit of a break, just over a week between the two episodes, but I've been sort of trying to just get up to speed a bit with the game, trying to like work out what setups work for me, and yeah, just sort of taking it track by track, and yeah, hoping that we're sort of more around where we should be, like in terms of pace. But yeah, we did have that engine upgrade, which is very good for us. Obviously, being the Honda powered car, we need those upgrades. I think I've pretty put us on par then with the Renault teams, which is very good to see. And yeah, we'll try and keep that going then throughout the season, and try and hopefully get ahead of them, and sort of trying to lead the midfield sort of as the season goes on. But yeah, on to first practice then, and yeah, China, another track that I've raced up many times on previous games, so I know it quite well, so the track acclimatization isn't really too difficult here for us. But yeah, to the line then, there was one corner that we didn't get purple, but yeah, overall then we were still purple then with our score there. And yeah, now on to the tyre wear test, and yeah, it's very encouraging to see that we were actually comfortably ahead of the target time, because I was taking it easy on this lap just to make sure the tyre wear was on or in the purple, and yeah, that worked out very well for us. Then on to the fuel, and once again we were sort of coasting a lot, trying to make sure we saved fuel and short shifting, and we were still comfortably ahead, so going very well so far. But obviously next up it's the dreaded ERS program, and wow, even that one was going to plan for us then, as we're on target then. We're in the green, and I turned it down to 0 then at this point to try and get into the purple. I expected my lap time to drop drastically, but it didn't, and just before line we got into the purple. So it is this weekend that we finally turn around our pace then, because we finally managed to pass the ERS challenge then after failing pretty miserably the last two times, as we are actually 16th then at the end of first practice. And yeah, we've been last in every FP1 so far, so that's encouraging to see. Only just passing Gasly though, and he was on a slower tyre than us, so yeah, maybe not fully representative, but yeah, we'll see as the weekend goes on how we can do. But yeah, we kept up the good pace then in FP2 with the race strategy program going exactly to plan there then, with green laps on every single one. And yeah, we were 18th then at the end of that practice, but once again ahead of Gasly, so that's encouraging to see. And yeah, we're not at the bottom once again then. And yeah, on to the final practice then on Saturday morning, and yep, just the qualifying program for us to do now then. And yeah, I actually ran out of ERS there because I wasn't really sure how to deploy it over the lap to like make sure we've got it in all the right places, but it didn't seem to affect us there, though, not having it for the final few corners. And we passed both the green and purple lap times there, so we're looking very good here. That was predicted 9th place then, and yeah, we unlock an achievement there for getting maximum resource points from practice. And yeah, the weekend really couldn't got off to a better start for us then, with 7th place. And yeah, we got yeah, looks like we finally turned it around then pace wise, and yeah, we'll see how we can do in qualifying. But now we've got an interview.
Great work out there today. How do you think it went? You really went all out in practice today. Are you testing new components? It's the start of the season. How do you think things are going to go for you? Great. Well, that's everything.
And yeah, at the end of practice then, got some nice resource points for our. We've increased our reputation with Toros as well, so that's very good for us then. And yeah, nothing else changing then. But yeah, we're looking ahead now then to qualifying. But first up then we've got the weather forecast to look at there, and it's looking nice and dry for the weekend, so that's good to see. And yeah, we're now going to try and, well, we're going to look to spend some of those points that we racked up during practice, because obviously, as I said, it was the perfect sort of like weekend for us to start off with. And yeah, I was thinking about this upgrade here for the engine, but it's 3 weeks, and yeah, I'd ideally want it for Baku, and that is not going to happen. So we're going to hold off on that one for now. Chassis, I wasn't really sure about that one. And then I was thinking probably Aero is probably a good one to go for, because we'll probably have it on the car by Spain, and that is a good track to have it for. So yeah, I was just sort of looking to see which one would be the better one to go for. And I think that we do have an improvement to the Aero thing, because we I think one of the answers we gave in Bahrain in one of the interviews has sort of motivated our Aero department, so that's good to see. And yeah, we'll be putting one of those upgrades on the car then, hopefully for Spain. And yeah, on to the first qualifying session now then, and we'll see then if we can carry our good pace then from practice into qualifying now then. This is where it really matters. And yeah, we go second then with that first lap time of 32.9. We're faster than Pierre there, so that's good to see. And at the end of the session we were in 14th. I was out again then to just try and make sure that we did get through, and we do improve our lap time once again then, and we're actually 11th then in Q1, so we're not just through, we're comfortably through, having qualified on the back row for the first 2 races. And yeah, Pierre, who has made it through Q1 then in both races so far, well, the one race that we get through, he's out in 17th, so yeah, it doesn't look like we're having a good team result then once again, but still, this is much more encouraging for us than this weekend and just overall. And yeah, this is our Q2 lap time now then, and this is our one and only lap in this session, because we didn't have any more sets of ultra soft tyres to use, because I used the other 2 sets in the first qualifying session just to make sure we got through that. And yeah, we'll see then what we can do on this lap. If we can get ourselves into the top 10, I mean, that would be, I think, a long shot, but I mean, you never know. We have shown some good pace. We were 11th then in that first qualifying, but obviously some of the bigger teams now then will be trying to go for it a bit more, I think. And yeah, it'll be certainly a lot more difficult for us to get it done then, you know, on this Q2 lap. But yeah, we've left it right to the end of the session, and the track should be nice and rubbered in, so we'll see what we can do then as we head out of that, like, well, those double lefts there. I think I went a little bit wide there. I still have it on regular cutting. I probably should move it up to strict then, because I think overall I don't really like need it to be regular, but yeah, we just sort of like drifted a bit too wide there. I don't know if it really gains any time or not, but yeah, I'll onto the straight then. And yeah, just trying to make sure that we do have enough ERS here then. Obviously you can run in mode 4 down like long straights like that one once you're in higher gears. I sort of tried to go down to modes 2 and 3 sort of during that middle part of the lap where you don't really need it as much, but it looks like we're just about going to have enough then to get to the line. And let's see where we go then with that lap time. Is it Q3? Not quite. It's 11th on the grid then, but still by far our best qualifying so far. And yeah, very happy with that one. And it could actually turn out to be the ideal place to start then, because ultra soft tyres are probably going to wear out a lot during the race, and I think Hamilton and Raikkonen have made a good call there to go on the soft tyres, as we were only 0.04 of a second away from Q3. So wow, that really was close for us. But as I say, I think actually qualifying 11th might be good for us here. So yeah, we'll see what we can do then from there. As in the head-to-head then with our teammate, we're still losing that one then, but we've clawed it a bit back here then. And yeah, we get some more resource points now then. So yeah, we certainly got ourselves a good amount then from this weekend so far. And yeah, our reputation is continuing to increase with Toro Rosso and some other teams as well. And our agent is happy with us for one of the only times so far this season. But yeah, just a quick look then. We are definitely still on 110 AI. So yeah, this is really just me getting up to speed with the game. Finally finding a setup that works for me. And yeah, that's the result. As Jeff here, then, I was quite interested to see his message he sent here, telling us to actually go for it. I mean, you'd think that maybe a star on the back row would be more, well, you'd be more leaning towards going for it, but yeah, he's certainly saying we should go for it tomorrow, and yeah, I'm certainly looking forward to going for it then. As I was just looking through my parts here and just to see what I could sort of add a durability upgrade to. I'm going to go with the gearbox just because I don't really want those sort of annoying penalties getting in the way, and yeah, the sooner we can get rid of those ones the better, then we can start working on the rest of the engine, I think. But yeah, that is all now then, and yep, it's now race time. So here we are now then for race day in China, and we are here then for round 3 of the season at the Shanghai circuit, which made its first appearance on the Formula 1 calendar back in 2004. And yeah, we usually see quite an interesting race here, quite hard on the tyres, so yeah, it does make it quite interesting strategically to see what number of pit stops people go for, and yeah, how long people can make their tyres last. Obviously there is always a chance of rain here as well. We have seen some wet races in the past, but forecast is looking pretty good for this one so far, and yeah, we'll see then if it does stay dry, but yeah, it's only some clouds in the sky at the moment. As yeah, we're looking then at the championship standing so far. It's been the same top 3 in both races so far, and yeah, we'll see if that changes here today then. But for us, it's certainly a very interesting one because it's certainly our, well, our highest starting position by a mile then, as Sebastian Vettel then is looking to yeah, make it 3 out of 3 from the front. But yeah, here is a full look at the starting grid then, and yeah, as I was saying, it is Sebastian Vettel on pole then, but it's Bottas in second then, not Hamilton this time round. Ricciardo up in third, so 3 different teams in the top 3, which is good to see. Hamilton actually down in 6th, which is a bit of a surprise. And there's the 2 Renaults who are best of the rest on row 4, with Van Dorn there quite interestingly out qualifying Alonso, and yeah, us splitting the 2 McLarens then. And looking further down, there has been some penalties then. Perez, Ericsson and Stroll all taking grid drops in this race, which promotes Sergei Sorokin then to his best start of the season so far then, in 17th. So yeah, we're now sat on the grid then, ready for be our best start so far then, best starting position. And the strategy for us then is going to be soft to medium, which I think does work out very well for us then. As I was saying, I think 11th was the best place for us to qualify then. We get fresh tyres, and we don't have to worry about using those ultra soft tyres, which we'll be wearing very quickly here. Of course, they are 2 steps softer than the soft tyres, so yeah, that is a big jump from those 2, and I think a lot of people will be trying to get off those as quickly as possible, certainly those who qualified in the top 10. As yeah, we're getting ready now then for the start of the formation lap. Try and get a good launch here then to prepare ourselves for the real thing, and yeah, we're away now then, and yeah, we'll see then what we can do then from 11th place today. And yeah, we're now lined up on the grid. We've got Van Dorn in front of us then, that we can see on the ultra soft tyres. Had a look through, and interestingly our teammate also went for ultra soft tyres then, but most others went for softs. And yeah, of course we got Raikkonen and Hamilton who qualified on soft tyres, so yeah, they're certainly ones to watch out for. But yeah, we'll have to see then what I can do then from the start. And yeah, we've got Alonso alongside us then, so a very experienced driver on our inside then, possibly for the first corner, as the lights are coming on now. Away we go in China, and it is not the best start from us there, to be honest, but Alonso didn't have a great start either, and it's Magnussen coming through him from 13th, who looks like he might pass then. Rounding outside into turn 1, we've just about managed to hang on then. We're going to try and run around the outside in turn 1 here, then try and get the inside line for turn 2, as we're looking to the inside of Van Dorn, who really does not want to go same space there. And yeah, we make it through with no damage, but yeah, we managed to just about slip past him then, and yeah, down towards then turn 5 I think this is, and yeah, very late on the brakes as we think about having a look at Grosjean there, but we were too far back to go for that one really. And yeah, we're now looking here into this fast left-hander, surely not, but he's well out of shape there then, and we're going to try and get the inside line on for this right-hander, and through we go then into 9th place for the time being. But we're going wide then, and yeah, locking up a lot, but yeah, running wide as well. We've got Grosjean all over the back of us then, down towards his left-hander of turn 11, I think this is, and yeah, he's through as we're still side by side, and we just about hang on, but the car feels terrible after on this, well, on heavy fuel, and yeah, we managed to get a bit of a gap behind us then, as Grosjean was out of shape again, but the top 8 have already just gone, and yeah, just left us behind us. We were all scrapping there as we see the replay of the start, and yeah, you see just we just didn't get away, neither did Alonso, so neither of us on the 6th row getting a good start. And it was Magnussen around the outside then who couldn't quite make it stick there, and actually lost out a couple of places by the looks of things to the well, to Alonso and also a Sauber there, and up the inside, and I think we may have been a little bit too far back there to have a look at Van Dorn, but we'll have a look from his perspective now then into the first few corners, and yeah, he's just sort of staying in the middle of the road really, not really going for anything. We sort of thought about having a look there. We were a little bit alongside, to be fair, but I mean, yeah, he didn't really want to give us much space until we were literally barring our way through. And then we have a look at Grosjean here. I think maybe he went a bit offline there, and that caused him to go quite slowly, and yeah, out onto the dirt, probably slowed him down quite a bit. And yeah, nonetheless, we managed to get through them without any damage, which is good to see. On to lap 2 then, and we've already got Daniel Ricciardo in the pits then, so I was saying that some of these drivers are going to want to get off those ultra soft tyres quite quickly, and it certainly looks like that is the case then, as we skip to lap 4 now then. We're still in 8th position. We've got Hulkenberg in though, and also in fact Bottas, Vettel and Verstappen, so yeah, those ultra soft tyres not lasting very long at all, and I think that has really hurt those who actually qualified on those. As on to lap 5 now then, we've got Alonso still behind us as there was yellow flags down that straight, and I do believe it was the Force India, or one of the Force Indias there going slowly down the straight, so it looks like maybe another engine problem, as we've got Sainz in the pits, and he was the last ultra soft runner to actually pit, I think, and yeah, that moves us up to 3rd. Our teammate actually went in as well, so that was the other person then to come in, as Ocon then is indeed out of the race, and that will be 2 engine problems then, I think, well, from only 3 races so far, which is, yeah, not what you'd expect from a Mercedes powered car. As we skip to lap 8 now then, Alonso's got a great run in this then, probably has the slightly better car than us, and yeah, even though on the same strategy, he does seem to be in a much better shape with his tyres at the moment, and he's trying to bring it around the outside, is he? Doesn't look like it. Looks like we've managed to maintain position for the time being then, as yeah, we'll see then what we can do, well, what he can do down the straight. But I actually think we had a great, like throughout the well, the weekend we were getting a great drive out of that long right hander, but behind us then we've got Bottas coming through then, he's already pitted, and also Magnussen there in the Haas, and yes, Magnussen who's come through then, Alonso's been swallowed up there, but I think Bottas is charging through here then. Obviously he's having to do a 2-stop here by the looks of things, and he is through and up to 4th by the looks of things. We'll see the replay then from his perspective, and Alonso, despite having DRS there and a slipstream from us, just a sitting duck. Really surprised there in the Renault powered car, which is around about the same performance as us now then. And yeah, Bottas then past Alonso, and he's going to have the inside line then for the final corner, and he should just ease Magnussen out there, and in fact that's what he does. But yeah, Magnussen, unsurprisingly I guess, doesn't give it up, and actually makes better contact with Bottas there, and actually bought us a little bit of time to the Mercedes. But then we run wide once again out of that corner, and that's going to allow Bottas to be all over the back of us now then. We go defensive there, and he's just going to run outside, grab the inside line for the turn 13 I think it is, I'm not sure, this long right hander, and it's getting very close there. We're trying to hang on there, and I thought he was going to run me off the road there, and I thought that was probably a legal move there, so I was going to slow down to let him through. But we've got yellow flags then down this straight, and it is the Renault there of Nico Hulkenberg going very slowly, so I guess he's got a puncture. But yeah, that certainly helped us there then, because they couldn't overtake us down that straight, and yeah, that really worked to our advantage there, as we've now got a virtual safety car out. We're slowing down for the Delta, and Bottas just drives past us. I mean, what is that all about? As I tried to pass him, but we were exceeding the Delta sign there, so I couldn't. And yeah, what on earth was that all about? We're having a look now then, and yeah, we can definitely see yellow flags right at that point, and he just drives past us as we were slowing down for the Delta there. Yeah, I tried to repass him because he was going quite slowly after that, and yeah, it didn't allow me to repass him, so I don't know what that was all about. In fact, I did check the race director as well, and he didn't get a penalty for that, so I have no idea what was going on there. But yeah, he overtook us under VSC. I mean, he'd have overtaken us anyway, but still, that is quite annoying. And yeah, we're going to see if we can get him here then. Once we go green, we're going to have the outside line for this long left-hander, and I don't think there's going to be much chance here then in a Toro Rosso on old tyres against the Mercedes on new tyres. But yeah, we thought about going to go just because we were robbed of that position. And yeah, we're down then to 4th position. As yeah, we've then got Hamilton in the pits as well as Raikkonen, so they were actually a little bit earlier than us in the pits then, I guess because they qualified on those tyres. As yeah, we now skip to lap 12 and we've got a bit of team radio.
We're expecting rain in around 10 to 15 minutes.
Well, so rain is on the way, and yeah, that is a surprise because all the forecasts were saying that this was going to be a dry weekend, you know, dry race and everything, a bit of cloud but no rain. And yeah, that may well have thrown a bit of a spanner in the works here then, because it does look like later on in the race there is going to be some rain, and we'll see then how that affects our strategy, as we're then as scheduled for the medium tyres here then, and Magnussen and Alonso follow us in. So yeah, we maintain our position over them. We've got Gasly going through there and also Van Dorn, both of them on 2 stops, so while we've lost the position to them, it doesn't really matter too much because they'll be back in again at some point. But yeah, when is this rain going to come down? Is it going to come down? It wasn't forecast, so maybe it will hold off until the end of the race, who knows. But yeah, Gasly then passes Van Dorn, or I think he may have been defending from him actually there, and Van Dorn sort of hung out to dry then in the final corner, and that really hurt his momentum then, allowed us to close right up to him. Then we can have a look at him then on the inside into turn 2, and he wants it again. Well, that was a lot worse I think than lap 1 there, because we were clearly alongside and he just tried to slam the door on us there, as we're trying to right outside of turn 4 now then, and we're going to look to the inside then into the hairpin, and we brake as late as we can. We're going to just do a bit of a block pass there, then run him out wide as a bit of well, a middle finger back to him then, and yeah, we're through then into 9th place. And yeah, there's no debate about that one. We were clearly alongside and he just tried to turn in on us there, but yeah, we managed to come out on top in the end anyway. And yeah, we're through then. A couple of cars also pitted there, which is why we're now up into 9th place. And yeah, we'll see it on board then one more time from Van Dorn, and yeah, definitely just turned in on us there. We were clearly right alongside him. But yeah, that is a pace game for us then, up into what is now 9th place then, but we're still some more people to pit them for a second time, so we'll see where we turn out to be then, as yeah, we're just looking at that replay again then of yeah, us getting through past the McLaren, as we get skip on now then to start lap 16, and we've got Grosjean in there for a second time. I expect our teammate will be in quite soon, and in fact he is at the end of that lap, and that moves us up into 7th place. I think Sainz is the last person to pit now then, and he does indeed pit then at the end of lap 17. And in fact Verstappen was just in front of us as well then, coming out of the pits, so we could well have been ahead of him, but I imagine he'd have repassed us quite soon anyway, so I guess that doesn't really matter too much. As yeah, we've still got Magnussen then and Alonso somewhere behind us, but Ricciardo then on that 2-stop, he pitted at the end of lap 2 to get off those ultra soft tyres, and yeah, I don't think it's really helped his race too much having to do that 2-stop, but he is now through past Magnussen then, and he's up to 7th place, so he'll be probably past us quite soon then, as a yellow flag behind us actually, and it looks like we've lost someone from the race, so it looks like there's been some kind of incident coming out the final corner then, as they were all battling behind us. We'll have a look now then. Magnussen up the inside of Ricciardo, and then Alonso just comes in there as Ricciardo is offline and loses his front right. And yeah, he was saying about Magnussen's always up for a fight, and yeah, he ran a much faster car off the well, tried to run him offline there, and yeah, Alonso unsighted just ran into the side of Ricciardo and raced over, and somehow that wasn't a safety car for a wrecked car in the middle of the road. But anyway, we're defending on from Ricciardo, which we probably shouldn't do, seeing as we're a Red Bull Junior driver apparently. But yeah, into the hairpin then we brake way too late, and Ricardo's going to go through anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. And yeah, he'd have probably got us quite quickly anyway, because obviously the top 3 teams are still well ahead of everyone else, but we're still best of rest in this race then, as on lap 22 then the rain has started to come down. So yeah, we're just over 6 laps to go now, and yeah, the rain is coming down. We'll see how it affects things, but yeah, we are going to skip now then to the start of lap 26 now then. Only 3 laps to go. We're still in 7th place with Magnussen just behind us, as he's been all race. Track conditions weren't too bad, but we did just drift a little bit too wide here onto the grass. Are we going to lose it? Not quite, but we have lost a position to Magnussen, and for that position that we've had all race, we've lost now then. But we may still have a chance to get back, because I think we are quite even on pace in this race. Well, just based on what's happened so far, as we lose the back end there, then, well, as we sort of just dipped our wheels on the grass a little bit, and that was exactly the gift that Magnussen needed to finally overtake us in this race. As we skip to later on in the lap now then, we don't have DRS, but we are catching back up to Magnussen. But I tell you who is catching us, Sainz on those fresh tyres, and he is closing right up to us then. We go defensive, we brake as late as we can, but we tried to avoid Magnussen and ended up hitting him anyway. We've hit him off the road there, somehow not had a penalty, but Sainz is going to get us now surely, and into the final corner, through he goes, and we lose the back end. Oh, we're going to go in the barrier? Not quite. We spin around, Perez is through, Grosjean is through. We're going to try and spin it back around before we drop out of the points, as, oh my god, and wow, we've been hit from the side, and that is race over. That was probably, without doubt, the worst driven lap of our career so far, as we braked too late. We tried to avoid Magnussen, but we hit him anyway, and yeah, we're side by side with Sainz. Then we just lose the back end as the track gets a little bit too wet there, wipe out the DRS board, Perez and Grosjean go through, and the cruel irony is, if I hadn't run Magnussen off the road there, he wouldn't have been in that position at that time to hit us off. So yeah, that one really came back to bite us there then, as yeah, Magnussen minding his own business, a Toro Rosso just charges through and knocks him off the road there, and it doesn't look like he's going to get going here then. He's going very slowly, but he does manage to get going again then, and yeah, well, he's going to be met with a Toro Rosso in the middle of the road, and well, I'd say he had enough time to avoid us there, but maybe he was feeling a bit like he wanted to get revenge there. But yeah, that is race over for us then, with only 2 laps to go. A massive shame for us there, as we see Kimi Raikkonen took the win then from Lewis Hamilton, so that one stop definitely was by far the better strategy to do here then, and it is a perfect record for Ferrari then so far this season, with 3 wins out of 3. And yeah, only 8, well, we were out of the race then with the other 2 retirements then of Alonso and Ocon. And I mean, despite that result, I think that's still the most encouraging race so far for us, just because of the pace we had. We were able to actually race with other people rather than just holding them up. But yeah, Vettel then still leads the way then with his 2 wins at the start of the season. Raikkonen then with finally some points on the board, and it's 25 of them, so that's good for him there then. And Gasly, despite not scoring any points again, does move ahead of some people in this race then, as we drop 1 place to 11th. And in the Constructors, Mercedes then, despite not winning the race yet this season, have been the most consistent, and they lead the way so far, with Renault overtaking McLaren for 4th. And yeah, a big shame for us then, because we had a real good chance there to overtake Haas for 7th. But yeah, as I say, I think overall it has been an encouraging race. It really is a shame that we screwed up there so bad at the end, but yeah, I think overall this has been a very positive weekend for us then, a big turnaround in pace, and yeah, it's good to see that we will actually be able to have some races sort of in the position that we should be, so that's good to see. But what's not good to see is that once again we're just losing the rivalry with Gasly, and it seems that whatever we do, we're just destined to be losing that one. But nonetheless, we do gain some more resource points. Our reputation does decrease a little bit there then with Toro Rosso, and silly a bit more with some of the other teams. And yeah, we'll just look to try and yeah, bounce back then in Baku. Obviously a crazy race in 2017, so maybe we can be sort of the underdog and get a big result there. Who knows? But we do have an invitational coming up now. Then, as I said, I'll do all those in a video at the end of the season if you want to see that. But for now, that is it for today. Hope you enjoyed this one. Leave a like if you did. I'll see you next time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Thanks for watching. See you then. Goodbye.